Folks, there is so much going on in the Middle East, it's breathtaking, you're almost trying to keep up with it. This is Tony for the A Minute to Midnight show, bringing you a very short update. You may be aware that just today, Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu revealed a cache of documents that he says proved Iran lied to the world about its nuclear program. Netanyahu says more than 100,000 Iranian documents Israel obtained prove a nuclear deal was based on lies. In a 17-minute presentation at the Ministry of Defense complex in Tel Aviv Monday evening, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu unveiled a trove of more than 100,000 documents obtained by Mossad, Israel's national intelligence agency, in recent weeks from a secret warehouse in southern Tehran. Netanyahu also claimed that Iran has warheads that can already reach Moscow. They can reach Riyadh, Tel Aviv and Moscow, but they are working on longer ranges, far longer ranges, he added. Here are just a couple of small segments from Netanyahu's presentation.
We're going to show you Iran's secret nuclear files. After signing the nuclear deal in 2015, Iran intensified its efforts to hide its secret nuclear files. In 2017, Iran moved its nuclear weapons files to a highly secret location in Tehran. This is the Shorabad district in southern Tehran. This is where they kept the atomic archives, right here. Now, from the outside, this was an innocent-looking compound. It looks like a dilapidated warehouse. But from the inside, it contained Iran's secret atomic archives, and here's what we got. 55,000 pages. Another 55,000 files on 183 CDs. Here's what the files included: incriminating documents, incriminating charts, incriminating presentations, incriminating blueprints, incriminating photos, incriminating videos, and more.
Netanyahu also spoke on the phone with French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and also he spoke to Russian President Vladimir Putin about the archive, and the two discussed Syria and agreed to meet as soon as possible. And Netanyahu also plans to update British and Chinese leaders soon as well.
And in a few days' time, President Trump will make his decision on what to do with the nuclear deal. I'm sure he'll do the right thing for the United States, the right thing for Israel, and the right thing for the peace of the world.
Responding to Netanyahu's broadcast, Donald Trump said, "What's happening today and what's happened over the last little while and what we've learned has really shown that I've been 100% right," when talking about Iran, of course. Now, this has come on the heels of a strike on a Syrian base where reportedly 200 Iranian missiles were destroyed, as well as a number of people that belonged to the 47th Brigade, controlled by Iranian and Assad regime forces, being killed as well. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, at least 26 members were killed, including 4 Syrian soldiers and the rest being of Arab and Asian nationalities, the greatest proportion of whom are Iranian, and the number of casualties is expected to rise. Now, depending on who you believe as to who actually carried out the attack, whether it's Israel, whether it was the United States and Britain, it's hard to know because nobody's actually claimed responsibility for it. But according to Amir Tsafati of BeholdIsrael.com, it would have been a bunker-busting bomb which would have required a laser-guided missile to carry out that attack. And it is believed that those missiles were intended to be used against Israel. Now, contrast that with this report on RT, which says any attack on Iran's bases will get heavy response. says Khamenei. Any attacks on Iranian military facilities will be met with tough military responses, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei said. He also accused Washington of engaging in conflict with Iran and shifting the cost to others. Meantime, Iran dismissed reports about its military advisors allegedly being affected by the strike. No Iranian advisors were killed or injured in the incident, the Iranian Mehr news agency said, citing some informed sources. It also denounced the reports about casualties among the Iranians in Syria by calling them false. So, folks, it is extremely difficult to know what is the truth and what is false in a lot of the claims that are going on. But I have to say, I would believe Iran and its leadership last out of anybody. Now, it's up to the IAEA to decide if Iran violated its nuclear deal. It is clear that the international community had doubts that Iran was carrying out an exclusively peaceful nuclear program, Stefan Seibert, the spokesman for the German government, told journalists following the Israeli Prime Minister's speech. The International Atomic Energy Agency is responsible for verifying Iran's compliance with the deal. Now, folks, if you couple that with another very interesting development in the Middle East, because Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said apparently Palestinians should negotiate peace or shut up. It's about time the Palestinians take the proposals and agree to come to the negotiations table or shut up and stop complaining, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman stated. Bin Salman said the Palestinian leadership needs to accept the peace plans proposed by the US or stop complaining, and that the Arab world has lost interest in the so-called Palestinian problem. In a closed-door meeting with the heads of Jewish organizations in New York in March, bin Salman harshly criticized Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas and the Palestinians' diplomatic conduct over the past 40 years, according to a report by American news site Axios. He also noted that the Palestinian issue was not a top priority for the Saudi government or Saudi public opinion, saying that Saudi Arabia has much more urgent and important issues to deal with, such as confronting Iran's belligerent expansion in the Middle East. This news comes amidst reports that the Trump administration has finished drafting a peace plan and is discussing how and when to launch it. So, folks, Saudi Arabia is concerned about Iran, and you are going to see, I believe, May being an extremely interesting month with the whole 70th anniversary for Israel and all of these things which are going on. So, let's not forget Zechariah chapter 12 and verse 3, where it says, "And it shall happen in that day that I will make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all peoples. All who would heave it away will surely be cut in pieces, though all nations of the earth are gathered against it." And we may see wars and rumours of wars more and more, as spoken in Matthew chapter 24. And it can be very difficult, as I mentioned earlier, to decipher what is truth and what isn't in the media and in the news reports. But one thing that is for sure is the Middle East is a powder keg, and anything could happen. In fact, war could happen fairly quickly. Let's hope it doesn't, but it could easily happen that way. So I want to just suggest to people that you make sure that you are prepared, because no one knows how quickly war could escalate. So be prepared with your resources just in case anything does happen in terms of preparedness. Don't forget, don't put it off. And also to be in a right place spiritually, because none of us knows what the future holds. But the Middle East is certainly looking ominous in many ways at this point. So that's about it for this short report. I just wanted to bring these facts to your attention today. You can, of course, like this video on YouTube. We'd appreciate that. And also, A Minute to Midnight is run entirely by donations, and we really appreciate it if you help us out that way. And you can donate on our website, aminutetomidnight.com. This is Tony signing off. We'll catch you soon with another video.